Yeah, 3.5.
And
Yeah,
how's the life in prison?
I've been to prison 3 times. I went to prison 3 times. Hey man, whatever I did to make you mad, I apologize. And whatever you did to make me mad, hey, I'm done with it.
So
and
you
end up want to do this.
You end up apologize to the person who shot you.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
It's TMP Empire.
TMP. Empire family.
Gather round, it's time to dive deep on the Verse podcast. We'll sow what we reap. TMP Empire, holding it down, breaking it all, no need for a crown. Scriptures unfold, we keep it real.
It's TMP Empire.
Welcome once again to the Verse TMP podcast. We are so happy to have you guys here. And this is another beautiful day. We bless God. I know in Massachusetts, it's really snowing really bad. And we have a guest. And as you guys know on our podcast, we like to let our guests to introduce themselves. So that's what we're gonna do. But before we bring in our guests, I would like everybody to just go and share, like, subscribe to our YouTube channel at TMP Empire. And if you want to be part of this journey, this ministry, please go and subscribe, and you can donate. We have our Patron where you can go and support. But all in all, I'm so excited to hear this testimony, and I believe that I will be blessed. And I know that if you are ready for this blessing, you're gonna be blessed too. So, Donaldo, let's go and let's welcome our guests. Yes.
What's up, everybody? Hey.
What's up, man of God? How are you doing, brother?
Man, I can't call it. It's a beautiful day, man. You said it was snowing very bad in Massachusetts. It snowed in Atlanta, Georgia as well. That's where I'm at right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
After how long? When was the last time you snowed in Atlanta, Georgia?
Well, I only been here for a year, so I really don't know.
So is it your first snow in your first snow over there?
Yeah, in Atlanta. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, how is it so far?
Well, everything is closed down and stopped. This city is not used to snow.
Yeah,
just cold weather, not the snow.
Yes. So can you go introduce yourself? We are here. We are ready to hear your testimony, and you can introduce the big man that I can see beside you. So please, the floor is yours.
All right, I'm Jessie V, the coolest Hebrew you probably will ever meet. Yes. And I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I come from a hard knock life, and my life has been transpired. It was transpired when I went to prison. But this is my son here, Lil Duty. The only reason I brought him with me because he's gonna be up next in the ministry. He's in training to do a lot of things, as far as being a minister, as far as being a leader in the kingdom of God. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself and let him know what he got going on himself. Go ahead.
Okay,
man.
I'm Little Duty. I'm Lil Duty. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, and I made a single called Genesis, and it's gonna be on all platforms February 14th, and I want y'all to go check it out.
Wow.
Amen.
Oh, nice to meet you, and I can't wait. And I think next time we're gonna have you here on our platform as just you alone, and because you already have you already have something for yourself. And I would like to thank your father, because nowadays, especially in America, we don't have enough men in their sons and daughters' life who are trying to shape their life in the kingdom of God's way. So thank you so much, and may God bless you. So my first question will be, can you tell us where were you born? Where are you from? Like, where, and your family background?
Well, I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. That's the Midwest. I was born in the 80s when crack first hit. And the area I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, it's a rough area. We from the metro area, where it's a lot of violence, a lot of drugs, a lot of prostitution, a lot of everything that's of darkness, you know. And it's kind of hard to come up out of those things if you don't have God. But yes, I'm from the Kansas City. The nickname for Kansas City, our city, is called Killer City, because we have so many homicides and murders. If you look on First 48, we be on First 48 a lot. Kansas City, Missouri is on First 48 a lot. But yes, the area I'm from is very rough. I've been to prison a couple times. I changed my life in prison. I've been shot in the face with a 12 gauge in close range. That's why I lost my eye.
We will get there. We will get there. I can see that. So we'll get there. Can you tell me a little bit in details? Because we like to go in details so that, you know, there's a lot of people who are going through what you have been through. And you changing your life, it's something that I believe, if we share your story correctly, there's somebody out there who will be inspired, and with the Holy Spirit, I believe that they will be delivered. You know, so how many family members do you have? Like, in terms of your father and mother,
I have
siblings.
Well, coming up, I had my mom and dad inside my house. Hold on, if you want, you can go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I had my mom and dad inside my house. They were both married to each other. I had 3 brothers and 1 sister. My oldest brother is incarcerated. My younger brother is incarcerated. My youngest brother has passed from an overdose. And my little sister is currently in Texas. But yes, I have 4 siblings and me, so it's 5 children. My parents had 5 children. I'm the second oldest child, and to be honest, I believe that God had chosen me to lead because of how I was leading in the streets. When me and my brothers, and then we had a gang called the Rated R Mob, and we all was from different areas of Kansas City, Missouri, and we all got the tattoos and everything to show that we was gang affiliated and things of that nature. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. I got 4 siblings. My mom and dad are still married. My dad is a pastor. He's a bishop in Texas, Lamarck, Texas, to be exact. And man, it's just been a journey.
And now it's getting so interested, you know. be the son of a bishop, pastor, you know, end up in the gang, end up in the prison. So I think I can feel like we have a good testimony where it's common to a lot of people, and it's a common again. It's like a taboo being in the church. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
yes,
so I wanna now go deep. How did you find, like, okay, you already established as you came from a good family, right?
Yes, my grandfather was a deacon. He was married to his wife. They were together. My dad's a pastor, and that's how we were raised. It was just that we was at church so much, and I wanted to see what was outside.
Hello TMP family. Today's video is sponsored by
African Joy Flicks.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. To all TMP. To all TMP. Empire family. Empire family.
Look at the wait a minute. Great video content for your family for the season of Christmas.
Special gift.
Check them out.
Christmas,
They'll
man.
make
You
a
gotta
great
check
video.
them.
Yes, the promo code of 20% goes by WH20.
Zero. So which means that once you put that promo code, you get
20% off.
they're lucky, man.
Check
As
them
you
out.
can see, they already made our video. Wishing us
African Joy Flicks.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. From where? TMP.
TMP Empire.
Peace.
Peace. I wasn't supposed to make.
The church, me and my siblings, we was at church so much. We played all the instruments in the church due to my dad being a pastor. You know what I'm saying? And every time being at church, it kind of got irritating, you know? So I'm just being honest, it got irritating. So I started going into the streets, trying to figure out what's in the streets and what else is out there. And then I got trapped into society.
Okay, so now let's go with a scenario where you are in the church, right? Everything is going well from a good family. How old were you when you started to go X-ray? I can call it, right? How old were you?
I was about 14 or 15. I was staying actually in Paulding County, Georgia.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, we had run away from Georgia and went all the way back to Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, what happened? Why did you guys run away?
Brother.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We ran away because we was tired of church. We was tired of going to church. We was tired of hearing we got something going for ourselves, and we really did. Before now, me and my siblings, we was a positive music group as well. My mom and dad invested into us. We was going to get signed by a couple big labels, Universal Records, BME Records, Dynasty Records. But it was just that we was tired, you know what I'm saying? It was all day, every day church. And our friends would be laughing at us, you know. Being a pastor's kid is kind of embarrassing and it's good, but at the same time, a blessing comes a curse, you know. So we was blessed, but the curse was being talked about. Y'all go to church, y'all got to do this. We couldn't be outside with our friends at a certain hour, and we couldn't do certain things with our friends because we was preachers' kids. And everybody was like, nah, you know, you was right. And then the teachers, our school teachers would tell us, oh, your dad's a pastor, you shouldn't be doing that. And it was just kind of like all day church, all day. It was pressure. It really was. Okay. But in the end, it was just to show me that life is about having the spirit. You know, I didn't understand that what my dad and my mom were teaching us until I actually start going through life by myself. As growing up, you know, start going to prison and start seeing, because my dad always told us, if you disobey what I'm laying down, you on your own. So he didn't help us while we were in prison. He wasn't encouraging the negative things. He didn't, you know, because we did illegal things to bring us a lot of money. I'm gonna just say that. We did some illegal things to bring a lot of money, and even though we had money, my dad didn't indulge with it. He didn't care about all of that because his belief, he was saying, I want you guys to live right. I don't care about no money. I want your life to be saved. And that's what my dad always stood for, him and his dad. You know, shout out to my RIP to my grandfather and my grandmother, CL and Addie Mae Vassy. But it's genetically in the blood. God is there. It's just that we strayed away. It's just we strayed away.
So now we want to go deep, you know, we want to go deep where you are 15, 14. That's when you ran away, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you left from, you ran away from your parents' house. So where did you guys go?
Well, we didn't have nowhere to go. It's just we went we we just left. What we had did, my dad had invested into some music, like I was saying. We had like expensive equipment, and I kind of regretted doing what I was doing when I did that. But my dad invested into some expensive equipment and stuff like that. We had pawned the equipment and got on the Greyhound and went back to our old town. But we had came to Georgia just because we were getting signed for some music deals. But because me and my brother had ran away, they broke the deal. We broke the bond of the contracts and things of that nature. And that's why I ain't signed today. But yeah, and my brother, he's actually doing 15 years in prison right now due to armed criminal actions. And armed criminal action is robbery with weapons. And I did time for distribution of narcotics and exporting it across the state lines. But yeah, these things all occurred because we were trying to do something that we wasn't, though. I kind of regret all the things that occurred because I could have had a better life than what I have now. But my life isn't bad. You know what I'm saying? I believe I could have had a better life.
I believe that, you know, behind every successful story, there is pain. You know what I mean? And God knew why you had to go through that, you know? Because he was trying to give you an experience so that when you become a father, you know how you're gonna, you know, educate your kids. And if we go back to now, you are 15, you guys ran away. Can you take us in that journey? You know, 15, 16. Can you take us to that journey, like in details, go step by step, what you guys did and how you got affiliated with the gang and all that? Let's go, you know, slow by slow, as you narrate everything. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, okay. Some things I can't talk about, but yeah, I'm speaking about
I know, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, when we got back to Missouri, we was on the Greyhound. We just got off the Greyhound. We had about $120 a piece. And from that day on, me and my brother had started this affiliated gang called the Rated R Mob. Rated R was saying that we were down for anything. We was explicit. And we started let me see how I can put this. We started selling drugs. We took our little $120 we had a piece, we put it together, and we bought some crack cocaine. And we brought some crack cocaine and we start turning 1 ounce into 2 ounce. And the way you do that is you take the cocaine and you put it into a pot and you put some baking soda with it, and it makes it into a substance to where it's crack, but you get more because of the baking soda substance makes the weight balance out a little more. But we was selling crack cocaine and marijuana at the time, and then my parents had came down to Kansas City from Georgia, from Paulding County, Georgia, to come back down there to get us. And my dad was explaining to us that we were going to move back to Kansas City, Missouri. And a couple months after we moved back, about a year and a half after we moved back, me and my brother had got into a shootout, and that's how I lost my eye. When my parents
so how's the event when you lost your eye?
It was, I was standing on the porch of my mother's house, and somebody, my brother had got into it with, had pulled up, and they were saying some words back and forth, and we wasn't thinking nothing of it. They had pulled off, and we thought it was that, the words were said, and they pulled off, and so we left it at that. But they pulled back up with about 3 or 4 more carloads of people, and they sprayed my mom's whole house. And I was standing on the porch. There was a car that was parked in the back of our house, and the guy came from the back of the house and shot me in the face with a 12 gauge. Wow. But even though I was shot, I still was functional. I had got shot in my face. I had hit the wall behind me, but I still was conscious and everything. I called after everybody was done shooting and stuff like that, I called the ambulance. And the ambulance pulled up. I did all this myself. They pulled up. I walked to the ambulance, and once I got in the ambulance, I had passed out, and I don't remember what happened after that. But that's how my eye had got shot. But once I got shot, I still...
Hello TMP family, today's video is sponsored by
African Joy Flicks.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. To all TMP. To all TMP. Empire family. Empire family.
Look at the wait a minute. Great video content for your family for the season of Christmas. Check them out. They'll make a great video. Yes, the promo code of 20% goes by WH20.
So which means that once you put that promo code, you get
20% off.
They're lucky, man.
Check them out.
As you can see, they already made our video.
African Joy Flicks.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. From where? TMP Empire.
TMP Empire.
Peace.
Peace. I wasn't supposed to make
Then it still didn't faze me. I figured that was just a war wound, you know what I'm saying? That was a strike to my soldier ability. I still kept thugging, still kept doing what I was doing after I got shot. When I was shot, it was kind of like the mob. We had like 50 to 60 people up at the hospital protecting me, and when nobody could come see me,
just like in the movies.
I had a bodyguard. Yeah. I had a bodyguard that stayed by my bed. My homeboy, he know who he is. He's probably gonna be watching this later, but he know who he is. He stayed by my bed while I was going through my surgeries, and I love that dude still to this day. And I'm on the interview with my son. Come here, this is my other son. I'm gonna show my other beautiful boy. But go ahead, son. But yeah, they had like 60 people protecting me, my brother and his friends and all of my friends. And after the surgeries and things took place, my mom and dad had moved up to Texas. And once we moved to Texas, I still was doing the same old crazy stuff. I went back down to Kansas City, started doing the same thing, and then I ended up incarcerated. And once I ended up incarcerated, I started to read the Bible. And the Bible started to make sense to me. Go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know if it's so personal, but can we see the eye that, if you don't mind? Wow. Oh.
Let me close it.
Yeah, I can see it. And at the moment when you got shot, what was really going on in your head? Because remember, you are pastor's son, you know, you at that time you're already taking wrong decisions. What was really going on in your head?
At that time, when I was before I got shot, I was thinking about getting money. We used to have, I'm talking about me and my brother and them used to get money. Talking about money. Big, not no little small increments of money, big money. You know, so that was on my mind. That's all I thought. I was a young dude that had a lot of money, and you know, and that's all I had on my mind. But while I was getting shot, when I got shot, all I was thinking of was kill. That was on my mind while I was
revenge.
going through surgery. I wanted to Yes, revenge. That's all I could think, because that's what you train to do when you in the streets. You can't let nobody get the ups on you, is what it's called. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nobody to get the ups on you, so you got to take that step. You can't let it be in God's hands. You're in the streets, so
Yes.
you got it in your hands. You know, but that's what I was thinking. Kill, revenge. How can I get these people back?
Wow. So
Yeah.
now let's go to where now. After you got shot, what's happened next? Like, what did you guys do?
After I got, after I got shot, I was on the surgery bed for the second time, because I had like 4 or 5 surgeries. To my eye. The second time I had surgery, I told my brothers and everybody, man, let's just let it go. Let's just be at peace, because if you making money, you can't have no beef with nobody, because now you gotta watch everybody around you. So I told them, well, this is just gonna be a loss. We're gonna take this as a loss. We're gonna let it go and leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And so we left it at that. We didn't do anything behind it. My mom them, what they did, my mom them moved from Kansas City to Texas, but me and my brother and them was still into Kansas City. But they only did that so they won't be in the midst of the line of fire while things was going on. So they moved to Texas. But yeah, we didn't do no kind of revenge. After I got shot and did that, and I went to prison, I seen the guy that shot me. And I had some people in there. When I was in prison, I was head ranking prison too. I ran the phones, I ran the yard, I ran a store and stuff like that. And when you do that, that means you head honcho, that means you the guy. But now I was in prison and I had my fellow brothers behind me, my Hebrew brothers, and they was letting me know that, hey, the guy that done this to you was in the next module. And I was explaining to them that, hey man, you know, we're gonna go ahead and turn the other cheek. I walked up to the guy and I asked him, whatever I did to make you mad at me, I apologize.
Sorry.
You did.
So, sorry to interrupt, but now you are in prison and you end up, because I want, you know, our listener and our viewers to understand what is going on here, right? So now you're in prison and you end up meet the person who shot you in prison.
Yeah.
So how was it? Like, how did you know? Did you guys ever met? Can you tell us about, you know, the incidents and how things went?
Well, the guy that shot me, I knew him before time. You know, in the streets, you know people. If they getting money, you know the people getting money too. So we bump into each other a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Well, I knew him from the streets. But we ain't never had no dealings until him and my brother had that altercation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I met him. But when I seen him in prison, I was explaining to him that I don't want no situations. This is right when I started turning my mind. My mind started transitioning into the new things that God wanted me to be. But I was explaining to my partners too, like, man, we gotta let these go, because in order to rise above these things, we gotta, in order to, it says a soft answer kills wrath. And that's what I was going by. As long as I keep my energy, when it say soft answer, as long as I keep my energy as a low tone, he won't try to retaliate or respond in a way that will be violent.
Yes.
So that's what I utilized it as. And I came to him and I explained to him, hey man, whatever I did to make you mad, I apologize. And whatever you did to make me mad, hey, I'm done with it.
So you end up
want to do this.
You end up apologize to the person who shot you.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. But at that time, you already encountered with God.
Yeah, I was starting to read the word once I was in the county, getting processed to go to prison. I started to read the Bible, and it was starting to make sense to me. And I started to read this scripture. It said, "What profits the man to gain the world but loses his soul?"
Yes.
And it kept coming to my head. What profits the man to gain the world and lose his soul? And that's what I was trying to do, gain attention of the world.
Yeah.
But as my mom was transitioning, it was helping people around me that was in prison. I got a friend that was in prison with me. He still rocks with me still to this day. His name is John Kehoe. That's his real name, but God's disciple is what he go by. But yeah, he still rock with me still to this day, all because of the transition from prison. And I kept my transition going. But it took a whole lot in me not to do nothing to that person that shot me. Because after I got shot, all I was thinking is revenge. That's all I was taught to do. That's what the streets teach you. When you're in the streets, that's what it tell you. Revenge is the best. It's sweet as joy. You heard Tupac. Revenge is the sweetest joy.
Yes.
That's what he
Can
was
you repeat
saying.
that again, please, so that our viewers they can hear what you say?
I said, you heard Tupac. He said that the sweet as joy. It's the sweetest joy. Revenge is. And that's how my mind was at the time though. But yeah, it made me take
your mind was there was no way you gonna give another chick. It's like you slap me, I punch you.
Correct.
You slap, I punch you. If you punch me, I take a knife. You have a knife, I take a,
a gun. Yeah.
Wow. But
No,
what I'm learning from your story, it's very different story because first of all, hello TMP family. Today's video is sponsored by
African Joy Flicks.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. To all TMP. To all TMP. Empire family. Empire family.
Look at the what a great video content for your family for the season of Christmas. Check them out. They'll make a great video. Yes, the promo code of 20% goes by WH20.
So which means that once you put that promo code, you get
20% off.
They're lucky, man.
Check
As
them
you
out.
can see, they already made our video.
African Joy Flicks.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. From where? TMP.
TMP Empire.
Peace.
I wasn't supposed to make.
You are somebody who grew up in a good home, which we both know that in our African American families, we don't have enough fathers, and we don't have enough families that has both father and mothers. But you already had that foundation. Do you think that foundation helps you to go back from where you was to where God wanted you to go?
Yes, because it says, train up a child in the way it should go. When he get older, he will not depart from it.
Yeah.
So that's what my dad was doing. He was training us up. And then as we get older, we'll start thinking about what we was trained about.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it played a lot of effect on it, And all of my friends used to remind me too, man, like, you got your mom and your dad, and you got your grandpa and grandma.
Yes. They make it sound like it's a curse, like it's, but you feel like, no, I wish I didn't have these people so that nobody will tell me. You know what I mean?
Right. It's like reverse psychology. Like,
yeah,
the wrong is the good and the good is the wrong. Like, wow.
I think that's what Satan, he likes to manipulate everything that look good. No, everything that is God. You know what I mean? He likes to. That's why if you remember the story of Jesus when he went to the mountain after fasting for 40 days. When he came to him, what he said, if you do ABCD, I'm gonna give you all this. But he forget that everything that he wanted to give to Jesus, he owned everything. You know, he was the owner of the world. And how you gonna tell me that if you that's why Satan he's just a deceiver. You know, he's just a deceiver, somebody that he doesn't own anything, but he's like credit people. You know, they don't own anything, but they will use. It's like a bank. You put your money inside, they own it. It's yours, but they own it. So when you want to go get it, they tell you, can you tell me what are you going to do with $10,000? I'm like, that's my money. You don't have to know. I don't have to tell you what I'm going to do with my money. You know? You know, it's my money. How can you tell me to tell you what I'm going to do with $10,000? When I save the money, you really ask me, why are you saving $10,000? You know, and that's Satan. He likes to use what is for God and make it his. So I remember last week, last year, I had a pastor here, and we were talking about us, and he said there's a lot of event that Satan took it from Christians and make it his, but there is a way as Christian we can take it back and make it ours and be proud to celebrate or to pray and make those events our own event. So and I think that goes with your story. You are of God, and Satan was like, no, this guy has something. This guy is a good soldier. Let me make him my soldier. But he forgot that, hey, you took me, but I never yours, you know, to begin with. So anytime when God wants you, it is for you to go back. Because you never be from their world. You know what I mean? So, so can you tell me what was the moment where you sat down and you are like, you know what? I think I'm done with this life. I think this is not the right way. When it was done, can you remember the moment where you sat down and you start talking to Jesus and you started thinking positively from when you were in the gang?
Well, it was when my Uncle Lynn had passed. This was my favorite uncle.
Yes.
And I used to stay with him, me and my wife. My wife is now who my wife is. But we used to stay with him. And he used to always say, man, you're gonna be something. I might not be able to see it, but you're gonna be something. And when you be something, that's when you're gonna turn out to have everybody around you be something as well. But it shook me up because he used to have us reading the Bible before I got saved. It used to be me, him, and my wife. We used to sit in his bedroom. He had died from cancer, cancer of the throat. But and he was,
God bless his soul,
just on the edge of lip. Yeah, but he used to have us reading the Word, and once he passed, I had went back to church, and I had just got out of prison, and then we started staying with him, and I went back to church after he passed. Yeah, and I do music. I was doing circling music, worldly music, world, whatever you want to call it, music that's for the gospel people.
Yes,
and I was going to stop doing music, but I went to church because he had passed. And I went to church with my wife, and she had been to this church that had gospel hip hop. Yeah, and I was like, wow, I ain't never seen nobody rap gospel. I always know about street music, so I was like, yeah. So I'm like, wow, they was good. They was rapping gospel hip hop. I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, maybe this is why God wanted me to come to church. But that's what made me start thinking differently. My uncle had passed, my favorite uncle, and he used to read the word with us. That was the only person I had when I was in the streets that would tell me positive things and encourage me.
Yeah.
And it sparked me to go to church once he passed. And no. Are you there?
Yeah, yes. I'm here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So
but
now
I went to church.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, keep going.
Yeah, I had went to church, and that had made me change my idea of my whole life, because I was about to give up on everything, and that made me want to do music again. I'm doing gospel music. I just dropped the album on December the 30th called Shalom 2. That's my 8th album I done dropped since then, and it just encouraged me. It changed my mind frame. And then once I started doing the gospel music, God started talking to me, giving me messages like sermons to preach. And I was staying in Kansas City. My dad was in Texas, but I was talking to my dad and explaining to him. And then he has a close brother of his, Pastor Collins, in Kansas City, and I went to his church. And they were telling me that I had to be a deacon before I become a pastor, and I did research on that. Came back to them, and I was like, nah, that ain't what the Bible say. So they had let me do my first sermon. But what transferred my mind was my uncle passing. That's what made me go back into reality.
I think we all in this world, I think there's always go with because I remember this event where when I was young, and then there was this family. They had like almost 4 or 5 siblings who grew up for like 10 years. They never met. They never talking to each other. They were from my father's side. But the father died. This family that never talked to each other for the past 10 years, and they all live in the same place, like in the same neighborhood, they spoken for the first time at the funeral. And what ended up happening, these people, they came together, they forgive each other, they hug each other, and they became again a family. And I was young, I was like maybe 12, 13, and since that day, I think I learned something when it comes to death. There's some death that comes, it's like a sacrifice, you know? So God is like, oh. Hello TMP family, today's video is sponsored by
African Joyflix.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. To all TMP. To all TMP. Empire family. Empire family.
Look at it. Oh, wait a minute. Great video content for your family for the season of Christmas. Check them out. They'll make a great video. Yes, the promo code of 20% goes by WH20.
So which means that once you put that promo code, you get
20% off.
They're lucky, man.
Check them out.
As you can see, they already made our video.
African Joyflix.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. From where? TMP Empire.
TMP Empire.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, I wasn't supposed to make.
Okay. That's why I always tell people that experience is expensive. People who are listening to us right now, learn from other people's experience so that you don't want to have a very expensive and painful life, because experience is expensive.
That's it.
You sacrifice a lot.
Yes.
Time, pain, people, your body, your mind, your soul. When you trying to just go through the experience, you're like, oh no, let me go through it. No. Maybe it's like Jesus. Jesus had to die and go through all that so that we don't have to experience that, you know? So I believe that, and this is what I will tell you, you already see the fruits of what you are doing. Your son is there doing what he's following your path. What can you tell me about, your family now, your own family? Can you tell us a little bit?
Well, yeah, I can. I can say this, man. We, as a family, all of my family, we do music.
Yes.
Gospel music. Me, my wife, and my children. Me and my wife are a gospel group. It's called DLID. We're on all social platforms and everything.
Yeah.
And my children does gospel music as well. And not only that, we have our own ministry inside of our house called One Mob Ministries, where we all research the Bible. We come together and we dissect the word and give meaning of everything that's in the Bible. But I can say right now, man, we have grown a lot. Me and my wife, when I was in the streets, man, we was out there, man. We was strip clubbing and thugging. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife were together.
Let's go a little bit. How did you guys meet? Like, how did you meet her? Like, can you tell us? Let's go to the love story. This segment called Love Story.
Well, I met my wife through a good friend of ours, and I was about 15, 16. It was before I got shot in the face. I was 17 years old when I got shot in the face. And I had moved to Texas and came back, and I was trying to talk to this young lady at this chicken joint in Kansas City, Missouri. And she gave me the wrong number. She gave me the wrong number, man. She said, I was trying to talk to her. I was calling all kind of beautiful names, and the girl gave me the wrong number. But guess what the wrong number was? The wrong number was to my wife. It was to my wife, and we've been together ever since. Wow. Ever since then. Yeah.
So what happened when you called the number? The first time, like, now somebody gave you a wrong number and you start talking to this person. What happened next?
Well, I called her. I was like, hey, what's up? So-and-so. She was like, this ain't this. I was like, who is this? She was like, this Isha. I was like, Isha who? And then I was like, she was like, no. Then I told her, this Jessie. She's like, how you get my number? I said, some girl gave me your number. But yeah, and we started sparking the conversation right there. And she was like, where you been? And I was just explaining to her, because she haven't seen me ever since I was shot. And because after I got shot, I had moved out of state. And I detached myself from all those situations. And once I came back, she was just trying to get me to explain to her where I've been and what was occurring. And we just started talking and dating. Yeah. All over a wrong number phone call.
One day, maybe we can have another one with, because I know that she might have a story of as a woman having a husband who's in prison, having kids and all that. Maybe one day we will have, a talk, even a 20-minute talk with her, and just talk about your life story and because sometimes we don't have a lot of black women, as we know. Sometimes when men go to prison, women always, stay by their side, but when women go to prison, men always dipped out. So it's a story. It's a story for another day.
Yeah, she was there for me. She was there for me, man.
Yeah.
All the time I was in prison, man. She came to visit me and everything. I got photos and everything of us together on visit dates.
I think what we'll do next time, we'll have you and your wife, right? That will be good so that we can talk about, now will be mostly about, the life story, how, because you guys have been together for how long now? 15 years? No,
13 years.
13.
Wow. Yeah. Been married for 7.
Sorry?
We've been married for 7 years, been together for 13.
for 13 years. So that's a love story. We're gonna have to tap on that. Definitely, we're gonna have to tap on that. So now we wanna go to where you got saved. Your family is back. How was it when you came from prison? Can you tell us a little bit when now you? First of all, how long did you do in the prison?
I did 3.5 years in prison.
2.5?
3.
3.5 years in prison. Wow.
Yeah, 3.
And how's the life in prison?
I've been to prison 3 times. I went to prison 3 times. The first time I went to prison, I didn't learn my lesson. I was in there for about 8 months.
Yeah.
I was in prison for about 8 months to a year.
Yeah.
Got out. And then I went back for about 1.5 years, 2. Got out, and then I went for 2.5, 3 years.
What? So you went for 8 to a year? You never learned the second one? So all that's... So
nah.
That means you never snitch.
Never. I can't.
You never snitch.
Hey,
that's why you keep on going back. Then the third.
But if you snitch, man, and you go to prison, man, it ain't safe for you, man. You mess around and don't make it out. You know, it's a hard time. Prison ain't really. It ain't nothing to play with, you know. I know everybody that's from the streets, they say you a man if you've been to prison, but I don't agree with that because some people don't make it out of prison, you know. I had a friend that stays up here in Georgia. His name was Blake. He went to prison and he got killed in prison. So, you know, it ain't safe in there. My little brother that's in prison, he got stabbed in there. My big brother, he got stabbed in there. It's not safe in there. It's not a game. You got to be a man.
Yes. yes, definitely. So what did you do in prison for you to survive? Like, what mentality did you like you had to change yourself, right? Because when you are in prison is a different world. You know, it's a different world with different rules. Like, what did you had in your mind, and what did you had to do to survive in prison?
In prison is according to money. Mm-hmm. How much money you got and how many people you can feed. If you got a lot of money, you can feed a lot of people, and if you can feed a lot of people, that means you got a lot of protection. Mm-hmm. So, and when I was in there, I had changed. I was making money. I braided hair, did dreads, all that. And when I was making money and getting money sent to me, I cut hair, all that. So I had money to feed people. So I had protection. And not only that, in Missouri, most of my family is in prison. So when I went to the yard, I already had people bringing me commissary because my cousin that's locked up, free my cousin Jessie Nelson. His name is Jessie too, Jessie Nelson. Free him. But yeah, he's a head honcho as well. But that's when I got to the yard. Yes. People was already giving me complimentary snacks and stuff due to who he is and due to who my Uncle Willie is. That was Golden Gloves in prison, you know. But yeah, my family's known in prison in Missouri. It's not a bragging thing, but that's what it was. When I went to prison, I didn't have to worry about nothing because of my family. Because my last name is rare. And you know, if you got my last name, you family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Listen, for me, everything that we are talking about is things that I've seen in the movies, you know. And of course, I've been to prison back home, which is a long story. It's a long story how I got into prison. But, and I was so young. I was like 17 when I got to prison. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was in a refugee camp, by the way. So my story is a different story. It's a different kind of story. That's why for me, I believe that we all have stories. And every story, it doesn't matter. You are from America, you are from the hood, you are from a good family, a bad family. Every story has a big why. God wanted to have that experience. You know what I mean? And that's what we are trying to do, is to touch on the why. And the experience that you have, it's an experience where at this platform we can use that experience, we can use the story now to share with the ones. Because the devil is fighting daily to make sure our kids don't have a value life. America, there's no value in America anymore. Everybody wanna be anything they wanna be. You know what I mean? So there's no value in America anymore. That's why even these countries, you know, right? All these countries, they don't respect America anymore. You know? But I would like to go back to your story a little bit and talk about, because now we let's go to the young people. What's your message to young people?
My message is always research anything before you step into it. No matter if it's a gang, no matter if it's religion, no matter if it's education, research whatever you get into before you step into it. And know what you're doing, how to do it, and when to do it. Know what you're doing, how to do it. And so my message is, understand that life, you only can have life and have it more abundantly when you have the Holy Spirit. There's all kinds of spirits out here, spirits everywhere. I'm talking about everything has a spirit, everything, but know the correct spirit to worship. And I don't believe in that thing where they say, I don't believe in spirits. How you don't believe in spirits when God is a spirit? God is a spirit. So understand that we have to worship the right spirit. Don't let the wrong spirit attract to your brain. That's my message.
Amen. Hello. Yes. Okay. And the only thing I have in my mind is how your story has blessed me personally. And you know, it really depends me as a black man. When I first came in America and I saw all this opportunity, but our people, you know, I don't know why our fellow American, black Americans, they don't really see the opportunity that they have being black and being America. I'm telling you, my brother, it's an opportunity that only the black Americans has in this world. And this is what I can tell you. Only black Americans have the chance to go to any part of this world and be who they wanna be. Only black Americans. Why? Because they're Americans. So sometimes it pains me when I see people here, they are fighting, trying to be American, they're trying to be fighting for there's so much that for me I feel like we fight for that. We don't even have to fight for all of this because we can create our own. You know? There's a possibility that we can create our own. We don't have to fight for you know, to go and sit with these people when we can create and sit in our own space. We can create our own space, live with there, you know. So I know it's very politically and very, I don't want to go in details, but one thing that I can say, you are through I'm looking for this word in English. You know, some of us, we speak 3 languages. So every time I speak, I have to translate this and this to this. Excuse me. So I'm looking for this word. So you are like a mirror of this generation, where somebody can see, oh, from this story, this person went through this. Because trust me, there's millions of young black men who are going through what you have been through. Right now, as we're speaking, they're on the streets, they're in prison, they're in the club, so they're still doing the thing that you have done. So when they will hear this, you know, this testimony, I know it will be like, oh, there's a chance for me. This person went to prison 3 times. They came back, and this is what they're doing. They have a family. You know that meaning I can take this person, and I can be more than this person, because I've already learned from their experience.
Yes.
The last word. Can you tell me the last word? Give us the last word, and if you can pray for us, tell people to subscribe to TMP Empire, because this is something that we really need. People, we need men and women of God with testimony, so that we can share the word of God. And we have TMP Foundation. So if anybody out there, you want to be part of this journey, you want to help us, we pay for the studio. We have the studio. We are building something, but we need help out, through our website. So please, man of God, go ahead.
All right, yeah. Hey, I want to give a shout out to TMP Empire for, first of all, shining a light on my story, and just thanking y'all for letting us be a part of y'all podcast. And I appreciate this podcast for having it to where people like me can come and explain and give the youth and other people that are not of youth. But when I say youth, that don't mean just age. It can be of mind. So for the youth, opportunity to hear something that can transpire something into them. But yes, if y'all can, man, subscribe, like, comment, share, donate, get on TMP Empire. Is what it is. This is where it's at. Hey, look, they showing me love, man. Hey, look, I love y'all. Thank y'all for this opportunity. Too, this is Jessie V, the coolest Hebrew you will ever meet. And I sign and approve that.
Peace, man. This is the best. Yo, bro, I want you back, man. I want you back. I enjoyed myself. This was just a talk. It was never an interview. It was just brother and brother get to know each other. And I've already feel much love for you, bro. And I believe we'll keep in touch for it. Thank you so much, TMP Empire family. Thank you so much, the Verse podcast. You already know this is the Verse podcast. And I love you so much. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe at TMP Empire. By the way, you want to donate? Just go to www.tmpempire.com and you can donate. You want to buy our merch? Of course. That's another way of helping this ministry. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Peace and love. Peace. Hello, TMP family. Today's video is sponsored by
African Joy Flicks.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. To all TMP. To all TMP. Empire family. Empire family.
Look at it. Oh, wait a minute. Great video content for your family for the season of Christmas. Check them out. They'll make a great video. Yes, the promo code of 20% goes by WH20.
So which means that once you put that promo code, you get
20% off.
They're lucky, man.
Check
As
them
you
out.
can see, they already made our video.
African Joy Flicks.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. From where? TMP Empire.
TMP Empire.
Peace.
Peace. I wasn't supposed to make